Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Today, I have another knife from my buddy Derek. I've explained this a few times. Derek sent me a huge box of stuff that I have not seen yet, that I've not looked at, and he thought you might find some of this interesting. You just open up whatever you want, take a look at whatever you want, review whatever you want, which is really cool, and it's a good way to expose myself to a lot of stuff that I had no idea existed. This is one of those things. It's very interesting. I'll link it down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to Derek. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex, at least for the time being, on TikTok at _metal_complex. Thanks for my 15 to 20,000 new followers on TikTok. Wow, that went really fast. Thank you, I appreciate that. I didn't know what to expect from TikTok, but okay. So this is called the Terra Mundi by Beyond EDC. I've never heard of the knife, but I've heard, I guess, brief mentions of Beyond EDC, I think. There's a special deal here. Okay, I wasn't sure what to expect in terms of the size. What is it? Oh, it's like a specs. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure what to expect in terms of the size. It's on the smaller side, but not tiny. So, this is the Terra Mundi. Nice action. Feels really good. What is the deal with this knife? Well, it's an integral. And when I looked this up, I was looking for the price tag. I was really shocked to see the price. Oh, I also didn't know that this was a Dylan Mallory design. Okay, so limited run of 200. I believe this is still available. M390 Ray, what does that mean? Okay, there's a lot of information up here. It's a really good looking knife. Now, if you know what an integral is and you know what they generally cost, you're familiar with that territory, then this is not going to be information for you. If you are new to knives, what is an integral? A lot of people refer to the locking system when they use the word integral, and that just means integral lock, right? It would be the Reeve integral lock. We don't say that anymore. We just call it a frame lock, but Chris Reeve invented the frame lock. No, this is referring to the entirety of the frame. The frame is not two pieces of titanium that are screwed together with standoffs or a backspacer. No, it is literally milled from a single block of titanium. What's the benefit? Well, it's way easier to disassemble and has way fewer parts. There's no fasteners, there's no separate handle pieces. It is one piece of titanium. Some people, I think, like to make an argument for durability. I don't know. I think that's pretty circumstantial. It's cool, but mainly for me, it's cool factor. I love the fact that the entire handle is one piece of titanium. Now, maybe you're saying to yourself, wow, I really need that. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, wow, I don't care about that at all. Whichever side of that fence you're on, it factually costs more money to create. Whether you value it or not, it is factually more expensive to do. It is exponentially more expensive to do in the United States. So typically, we don't see production USA integrals. This is almost exclusively nowadays a Chinese production thing. And since a lot of Chinese OEMs are capable of some absolute wizard level machining, this actually works out because this is very, very well made. So generally what I don't expect to see are integral titanium knives, titanium M390, in this case, some carbon fiber actually, and surprisingly contouring. Generally, I don't expect to see things fall too far below the $400 price point. This is quite a ways under there. Now, it is on the smaller side, which I think is the only way that they're getting away with it, right? It's just the total amount of machining time. Size doesn't always perfectly dictate price. But in this case, I think it's the total amount of material, right? It's a smaller block of titanium they're working with. So I can see that kind of helping reduce the price tag. I don't want to take away from this here. I'm really shocked that the price on this thing is $320. That is factually one of the least expensive integral premium knives on the market. I myself am actually trying to release my own design as an integral, and I learned a lot about what I can and can't do at certain prices. I am having to fight tooth and nail to get mine under 400. Mine is a much larger knife, but wow, it is horrifically expensive to do this stuff. So, what I'm saying here is this is actually really impressive. And on top of that, it's not that they just like slap together some premium materials that are really popular. No, a lot of people might be looking at this inlay. Initially, that caught my eye too. It's clearly raised equally above the titanium. So this was all done on purpose. Now, what's holding it in? Probably adhesive. And actually, I'm wondering, I don't think it's sitting perfectly on top of the titanium. I would imagine it's sunk slightly in, like they milled out a little section in the titanium, because otherwise you really have a problem there. You still want it fixed in place. I'm guessing that's the case. So this isn't, like a manufacturing flaw. It is intentionally lipped above the titanium all the way around. Kind of neat. You don't usually see that. But anyways, ergonomically, feels pretty good. The pocket clip is pretty pronounced, but it is milled and knocked down. I think it's just a tall clip. Yeah, we kind of have that raindrop thing going on underneath. But because of the height, it should make it easy in and out of the pocket. I just think the pocket clip should have been reduced by about 30% or so. Access to that opening hole there is very, very good, and the action itself is also really nice. It's acting like a little tight here. I think that's probably because I had my finger on the lock bar. Amateur hour, yeah, it doesn't need that much encouragement. I wonder who the actual OEM of this is, because it does feel really nice. We have that instantly recognizable pivot. It's, yeah, boy, I don't know. This might be Riyadh. This is access to the pivot internals, which is required when you are making an integral because you cannot pull the scales apart, right? So in order to have everything, to get everything in there initially, they kind of had to have an access point, which is why we see these sort of teardrop areas on integral knives. Steel lock bar insert, all of that. It is centered, really nice. I love how the spine looks on integrals because it's just, there's no backspacer, there's nothing like that. It's just a wall of titanium. I love how that looks. Honestly, first impressions here, pretty good design, straightforward and basic. I've always, that sounds like a slap in the face to Dylan Mallory, and that's not what I meant. I meant traditional knife lines. People are going to run it. They're going to run to Dylan and be like, MC, say you're basic. No. I mean, classic traditional knife lines, right? So we have a nice overall EDC profile and good execution of materials. Value right off the bat seems very much there. Personally, I would love to see the same thing larger because this guy is, it's not that small. It's 7 1/4. That's the same overall length as the Spyderco Para 3, right? Very similar to the Ontario Rat, a little bit bigger. Ontario Rat 2. I would love to see the exact same thing, just a little bigger, like 8 inches. That would be awesome. But for people who like, smaller EDCs and you like integral knives, yeah. I review a lot of knives, okay? Feel pretty confident. This is one of the, this is one of the least expensive integrals on the market, at least with these materials. Okay. Expect to see a full comprehensive review down the road. For now, though, that's going to be pretty much it. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at _metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.